Hello and a very good afternoon. And today is the double header, the first double header of Indian Premier League, and we'll discuss it. The two matches are Cracker Jack, which is lined up today. First match will be played between Kolkata Knight Riders and Punjab Kings in Mohali, and the second match will see Lucknow Super Giants take on Delhi Capitals in Lucknow. We'll discuss both the matches and what to expect from them. But first of all, let's start with the match, which is about to begin. The toss is just the both the captains are on the field for KKR versus Punjab Kings toss. I am joined by G. Rajaraman sir, Bharat Ramaraj, and Rohan Chaudhary. Yes, Rohan.
KKR won the toss and chose to bowl.
Wow, something they have won to start the tournament with. But yes, it's a good toss to win. It's a good toss to win because Mohali as a stadium, I'll give a bit of stat. The average score has been 160, and mostly the teams chasing, has been winning in this venue. Raja Robinson, a very wise decision to field first and a safe choice.
No doubt about that. I think you will see this in most of the afternoon game to field first and then to chase the score down. Even in the night games, I think this will be the rule, unless, of course, the track has taken a beating and you want to bat first and put pressure on the opposition on a very weary track. But this is early season, so this is what you can expect. Good decision and good luck to KKR. Hope that you and KKR will have a good season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whenever KKR plays, I get scared because I hope it doesn't end up being a rant session for me. So hopefully it will be I'll be sane. I'll have a sane mind after the match ends.
Guys like me are sane. I'm a Tamil. I grew up in Hyderabad and I live in Delhi. So it's okay. I have 3 teams to support. Actually, all of them.
Yeah.
Safe bet.
Bharat, coming to you, before the show was starting, you and I were talking about KKR's injury. So many injuries. You were telling me whom to look. I will look into their squad. So many injuries. So Shreyas Iyer missing out. How big of an impact will that be for the team going forward?
Yeah, obviously he's the pivot right of that side. Someone who can change gears, and definitely they would miss him. So it's an obvious fact. Because to replace someone who they have invested in, it's not easy. So yeah, it's definitely an obvious fact for them.
Rajaraman sir, Nitish Rana was actually the first player to use the impact player rule in Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. He brought in Ritik Shaukin and won the match for Delhi Capitals. Absolutely, it was a game changer for them. Expecting something shrewd from Nitish Rana and Chandu Pandit from the KKR camp when it comes to impact player rule.
No, overall cricket, not just the impact player. It is one decision among many. I think that with Chandan Pandit in the corner, it's going to be critical for Nitish Rana to feed off someone who's very shrewd, someone who's acknowledged as a very good team coach. There are coaches who are very good with individual players, but Chandu Pandit seems to have the ability to lift a whole side. What better opportunity for him than now, without Shreyas Iyer around? If he can do something, take the team into the playoff, he would establish himself. Not that he needs any establishing, but within IPL, he will make a big name for himself.
Absolutely. Bharat, coming to you, as they are talking about Chandrakant Pandit and Nitish Rana, we have another new coach and captain pair, Shikhar Dhawan, Trevor Bellis. Your thoughts on Shikhar Dhawan, how he might be looking forward into this game? He also have how he will approach the game. Shikhar Dhawan,
definitely an experienced cricketer. Yeah, definitely an experienced cricketer, and I think will go well with Trevor Bellis. Trevor Bellis is someone we have seen with England team. We have seen him in BBL. We have seen him in various teams. That is someone who is more of a behind the scenes man. I think he and Shikhar Dhawan definitely can be a good kind of combination. But again, Punjab Kings, it has been a kind of jinx with them. This is somehow this in some seasons they've been 6 games and then they lose 7 in a row. It's kind of jinx. So hopefully this will break that jinx.
Yeah,
and Rajaraman sir, yes, Rohan, please.
And no, I was just adding to it the Shikhar Dhawan as a captain. The 11 games he captained, he have not scored a 50. So another challenge for him. Let's see what happens. But Shikhar Dhawan is a great cricketer. Excited to watch him how he goes into this game. Yeah, yeah, Shubhan.
As somebody who lost his place in the Indian white ball team,
Yeah,
he will want to show that he belongs. He
Yeah,
will want to be one of those who's considered for the World Cup. He's been retained in the BCCI contract, and he will want to make the most of the opportunity, not just with his batsmanship, but also with his leadership skills. I think any team will want brainy cricketers around, and if Shikhar can prove himself to be a smart one, feed of Trevor Bayliss, ensure that Kings 11, Punjab Kings, as they are now called, are in the running for a playoff berth. And as Bharat keeps pointing out, not lose seven in a row, win six in a row, have some consistency and ensure that they are among the front runners for a playoff. I think Shikhar will have done well for himself. This team has got capability. When they are full strength, I think they will be a handful.
Raja sir, you just mentioned, you just stated that word consistency, and Punjab Kings, the team management, entire franchisee has been subjected to many criticism by fans, by pundits, due to this single word stability, which they don't have in their setup. Whenever a season ends, they sack most of their players, they sack most of their coaching staff. Do you think that is something which has played a major part in Punjab Kings not qualifying for playoffs for 8 consecutive seasons now?
I think it is important to realize that the teams that they have picked have not been bad teams. They have been very good sides. They've had
Right.
good coaches. They've had good captains. Unfortunately, in a tournament which is where the format is such that you come together for a short span of time, the captain has to lift everybody, has to take everybody along, and the coach has to work alongside the captain. Now, there is
Right.
no room for egos here. You might have been the world's greatest cricketer, but it doesn't make you the world's greatest coach. So people have to come together. My term with Delhi Daredevils, those 2 years that I was with them, they were
Mhm.
struggling. The first year, of course, they had a great time. They made it to the playoffs. They topped the league. But in the second year, with a Mahela Jayawardene as captain, they were struggling primarily because they had jettisoned a few players in the past. They had left some amazing players to go away from Delhi, and so they were paying a price. So Kings, the Punjab side is definitely one of those who have allowed some of their best players to go away. You look at someone like a David Miller. He's now with Gujarat. He would
Right.
have been a superstar with the Punjab side.
absolutely.
Unfortunately, they didn't go because, in their opinion, he didn't deliver enough.
Right, absolutely. We have the playing 11 for Kolkata Knight Riders, Rohan, before we discuss the other
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
So Rahmanullah Gurbaz starts as the wicketkeeper. Mandeep Singh, he has been listed as an opener so far. Nitish Rana, the captain. Rinku Singh, Andre Russell, Shardul Thakur, Sunil Narayan, Tim Saudi, Anukul Roy, Umesh Yadav, and Varun Chakravarti. So no Venkatesh Iyer as I am seeing in their playing 11. Early
No,
thoughts on that playing 11, Bharat?
impact
We are
player.
we are get
Yeah,
we are yet to see we are yet to see the substitute. So once we get it, we'll discuss.
Yeah,
yeah, kind of expected Iyer to be there, Venkatesh Iyer. So that is a bit of surprise. If just look at the playing
Maybe
11,
he's he's
Gurbaz is
he's
there.
still recovering
Yeah,
from that ankle injury. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
but the Gurbaz is someone who need to keep an eye on. He can really get the innings going. If he gets in, he's someone who has that who can be a turbocharger for them. That's for sure. Obviously, they have some experience there, even in the bowling. As I said, Team South is there. He's coming in, someone who can bowl this three-quarter seam delivery and get a few cutters going. So they have some class experience. Nitish, and obviously, this is his chance to show his worth as a captain, not just as player. He's someone who's always been telling that on Twitter and social media and all that, I'm not getting into the Indian side and all that. He's been tweeting, so this is chance to prove his worth one more. So yeah, maybe when it is the situation is not so good for them, but who knows? Nitesh Rana might help them to win a few games in a row. Just trying to bring in some positive energy. for the side.
Absolutely.
Thoughts on
And
that? Thoughts on that 11, Rajaraman sir?
Fantastic bowling unit for KKR. Hopefully, their batting will come good, and Nitish will lead from the front. But they've got Andre Russell, who can be very destructive.
Right.
They might be tempted to hold him back and get him to bat rather deep in the innings. But I think they should invest a little bit more and give him a few more overs to be able to play himself in and start playing those big shots. Sunil Narayan is somebody who can make an impact as well, with not just with his
Right.
bowling, also with his batting. I think their batting has to come to the party if they've got to win this game.
Raja sir, coming to you,
Absolutely.
do you keep this Punjab side or KKR side in the driving seat? Because Punjab, KKR, both of the team, the last season they have finished 7th and 6th. But coming to this season in the home away format, Punjab playing at the home ground, do you keep Punjab in the driving seat in this today's match?
And with that question, to add that, Rajaraman sir, I'll just tell the playing 11, Punjab Kings playing 11 before you take that question. Shikhar Dhawan captain, Prabsimran Singh wicketkeeper starts. Bhanuka Rajapaksha, Jitesh Sharma, Shahrukh Khan, Sam Curran, Sikandar Raza, the Zimbabwe all-star player. He gets a start. What a story! Nathan Ellis, Harpreet Brar, Rahul Chahar, and Arshdeep Singh. So this is Punjab Kings is playing 11. Yes, Rajaraman sir.
To answer Rohan's question, nobody is in the driving seat until they get there. They both start with a 50-50 chance of winning this game. So both of them will have to fancy being in the driver's seat. But yes, the home advantage lies with the Punjab side. Sam Curran's inclusion this year, I think that can make a big difference to how Punjab plays this season. But it depends on how he takes the pressure, because there has been so much talk about Sam Curran that it will get to him at some point of time. If he's able to absorb the pressure, if he's able to soak it in and then perform as well as he can, then Punjab will be a handful.
Okay.
Right, right, and Punjab Kings is playing 11. I'm seeing Sikandar Raza, and I have a broad smile. I interviewed him before the auction, and such a shrewd mind. I mean, it was one of my favorite interviews. I asked him, you are 34, 35, almost 35 now. How do you keep on going? He smashed the ICC T20 World Cup, and I asked him how you keep going and avoid all the criticism regarding the age factor, and he said, whoever is, if you are in 20 and if you feel that after 30 you can't succeed, then good luck with life. And such a positive mindset he has, and wish him the best today. But Bharat, thoughts on that Punjab Kings playing 11?
Uh,
Uh,
looks good, but before that, I just
Bharat, before you answer to that, adding to that question, I would point one player, Prabsimran Singh, to Shubhan's question, because he has been good in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy also with third best
Yeah,
back
third highest.
strike rate. Yeah, so
He was the
so
third highest run scorer there,
yeah,
190 something in
yeah,
9 innings.
yeah.
yeah, see, he's someone who has been doing well in domestic cricket. We have seen before too, even not just in Syed Mustaq Ali. I think in one of the Ranji Trophy games, he scored big 100. So he has been doing well in domestic cricket, but has to convert that potential into runs. So that's the main point to look out for with him. Perhaps this would be the season where he can showcase his potential to larger audience. One more point I wanted to add. Just missed out last time. Sorry for that. That I didn't touch upon Andy Russell. Andy Russell is someone. Yes, he's been great servant for okay, but if you look at his recent record in Bangladesh Premier League or before that, his form has dipped quite a bit. If you just look at his form. I'm not nothing against his class. He's a great cricketer, T20 cricketer, but if you just look at his form, he has not been doing well in the recent past. That would put a little more pressure on KKR, I guess.
KKR, for that fact, would be absolutely praying that Andhra Russell fires all cylinders in this tournament. Because if he doesn't, then I don't see KKR win much in this tournament. But you never know. Sport is a funny thing. You can expect the unexpected to happen.
And
But the head-to-head favors Rohan. Head-to-head favors KKR
yeah,
massively. Both Punjab Kings and KKR have faced each other 30 times. KKR have won 19, and Punjab have won 10 times. So KKR head into this match with that history of
Well,
having the edge over Punjab.
and today in the morning show also, Guryadhar was there talking about Nareen. So if he gets that opening and 1 or 2 overs, he hits those big sixes and takes 25-30 runs. So that will be an added advantage for KKR also. So we hope both Russell and Nareen hit. So let's see.
Talking of KKR and Venkatesh Iyer, I think he's one of the impact players nominated, likely to step in
Okay.
if necessary. So I guess the injury thing is out. If he's been named in a short list of impact players, I guess you might actually get to see him play this game as an impact player.
Very interesting. Very interesting there. Very interesting because Venkatesh Iyer is is a utility player, can give you a couple of overs if need be. Let's see how they utilize Venkatesh Iyer. But very interesting. I am yet to get the substitute names here on the official team sheet. So once we get
Hey,
it,
I'm one up on you. Goodbye.
then Rajaraman sir, give us the sub impact players. Who are there?
Okay. For KKR, you've got Suyesh, you've got Arora, Jagadishan, Venkatesh Iyer, and David Wiese. You also have
Okay.
got Rishi Dhawan, Short,
Hmm.
Bhatia, Rathi for Kings 11. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use. See, people are still getting used to the idea of using an impact player. And
Right.
I think it's going to take a bit of time for captains to truly understand, captains and coaches to truly understand how well it can be used to nominate the right kind of people in that substitute list and then use them at the right time. I think that becomes key here.
Right. Right,
And
Rohan. Yes.
Shubhan, we have another match to discuss also. So can we please?
Yes. We'll come back
So
to this match for predictions and last thoughts. But yes, the second match of the day will be played between Lucknow Super Giants and Delhi Capitals. We won't have the post match after this game because the other game will be immediately starting. So why not finish up our pre-match talks here only? Lucknow Super Giants, Delhi Capitals. Of course, Delhi Capitals will be missing Rishabh Pant. David Warner is back as a captain, so that is one of the major talking points. Rajaraman sir, thoughts on David Warner, the captain, after all has happened to him with Cricket Australia, with him wanting to captain Australia again, but the investigative committee thinking otherwise. What do you think? David Warner will have that extra fire in him?
No, they always talk about living in the present, Shubhayan. And someone
Yeah,
like David Warner, if he wants to remember anything at all, he will remember that it was Delhi that spotted him in Australia all those years ago and bought him in the auction. Nobody knew David Warner. He became a
right.
superstar to Delhi Daredevils, as the team was then known. So he's come back to Delhi, and he will, if he's leading the side, he will want to make an impact. But having announced that he no longer wants to lead Australia, is no longer a
Yeah,
candidate, he's not in the race to show to the world, to the Australian selectors, and to Cricket Australia that he's captaincy material. He is somebody who's matured over time. He's somebody who can inspire a young side and can lead the team really well. They have been outstanding last season. Of course, they will miss Rishabh Pant, but if my memory serves me right, and I have to be honest, you forget what happened last night in a T20 format. You forget what happened last night. Rishabh Pant didn't have the best of seasons with the bat last time,
right.
so they're
Right.
not going to miss him so much as his inspirational presence in the squad. But I'm sure he will be talking to the players every single day through a video call, and maybe when the team meets for team meetings, they might have a video of Rishabh Pant speaking to him. But David Warner, he's not filling the gap. He's taking a position that he truly deserves.
yeah, Bharat, coming
Very
to
well
you.
answered.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about DC, but I want to ask you another one. Nicholas Puran, will he have that extra pressure of the 16 crore valuation that he got in the auctions? Thoughts on
Not the
Nicholas
16,
Puran?
not the 16 crores, right? Nicholas Puranan was taken down as West Indies' captain as well last year in limited overs
Mm.
cricket. Sunrisers as well. They left team, so there would be some pressure, or rather, Nicholas Puran would be looking forward to really show his worth or prove his worth. But he has been not going through the best of times in the recent past. But perhaps a new setup with Andy Flowers, the coach, who knows, he might do well. That's definitely LSG needed him, needed at least a middle order bat who could give them some firepower, and that is why they have invested in him. Because last season, as we saw, their middle order was dependent on just three batters, I guess. Rahul was there, D. Cock was there, and Deepak Buda was scoring some runs. He averaged some 32 or something for them, but it was dependent on those three batters. So that is why they took him, and they've also taken quite a few all-rounders there. Romare Shepherd, there is Daniels, and also but hopefully from his perspective, he can fire for them.
In this game,
Yes, Raj.
you might actually see the Lucknow side use only three overseas players in the playing 11, and switch Mark Wood and Nicholas Pooran. I think this is something that Boria Majumdar had suggested in a tweet this morning, where he said the best option for most teams would be to play three overseas cricketers so that a fourth one can come in, and you're actually optimizing an overseas cricketer's presence. By that, we might get to see Lucknow do just that today.
That's a very very clever pick. But Rajaraman sir, two players, two openers from two teams. Number one Prithvi Shaw, number two KL Rahul. How big a season will it be for them?
Oh, every season is massive for these cricketers, because whether we like it or not, Indian teams are selected from this IPL and how people perform in IPL. Ranji Trophy doesn't seem to matter too much to the selectors. Maybe I'm being over aggressive here with that.
No, but it's truth.
The fact is that IPL is huge, and Prithvi Shaw will know that. All the runs that he scored in the domestic circuit in the first class season do not count for anything if he doesn't make it big in IPL. If he's got to be a front runner for an opening slot, and it is not easily available now, with Shubman Gill scoring runs, it becomes difficult for him. And with the Rohit Sharma as captain, he will definitely be taking that opening slot. With Shikhar Dhawan wanting to do something, with the team management wanting KL Rahul as an opening batsman, wicketkeeper, it is going to be difficult for Prithvi Shaw. So he's got to score tons of runs in this IPL for all of us to keep him in our collective consciousness.
Okay.
Absolutely, and then you have your Ruturaj Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan fighting for that spot as well. So the competition right now, especially for that opening slot, is, I think I have never seen such competition in last 20 years at least.
Yeah. Bharat, coming to you, Delhi Capitals wicket-keeping position, we have been talking it. Sarfaraz Khan might be playing the wicketkeeper for DC. So replacing someone taking a place of Rishabh Pant, do you think it added pressure for Sarfaraz Khan?
It would be. I watched a bit of him in domestic cricket, and escaping obviously is still a long way to go, work in progress. So, and definitely, if he's going to keep wickets in front of larger audience and all this, so if he does a mistake, then that would be scrutinized, zoomed in all the time. So the pressure would be on him. I heard that he's working really hard on his wicket keeping, and hopefully, if he's going to take up the gloves, he will do a decent job for them, because they have perhaps no other option in that sense.
Okay. You know, Ron, I watched Sarfaraz keep during Syed Mushtaq Ali here in Eden Gardens, and very unique, very unorthodox style of keeping. Whenever the ball comes to him, of course he's wearing both the gloves, but whenever the ball is to other fielder, he'll immediately take off one. His right hand glove will be on the ground. He'll be keeping with one like short glove and one proper keeping gloves, and he will collect the ball like that. So expect some of that during today's match. Very unorthodox style, but yes, he has worked hard as Bharat said.
And you know, Sarfaraz Khan is someone I really enjoy, because I always like players unorthodox. I enjoy the textbooks, but unorthodox players are fun to watch. And I remember when he used to play for RCB with AB de Villiers on the other side of the pitch, he lifting those shots for six. Those were fun to watch.
Rohan, there is a new textbook, I promise you. As far as IPL is concerned, there will be new the Don Bradman's Art of Cricket is good for Test cricket, I'm sure, and the great man will forgive me. But there is a new textbook doing the rounds for IPL. I mean, there are so many 360 cricketers emerging that it's not
Absolutely.
surprising that someone like Sarfaraz catches your attention, not just yours, but I think he's got a huge fan following.
Oh,
Terrific season last year, has been talked about as somebody who can play for India. So he will want to continue in that journey and impress people.
Absolutely.
talking about unorthodox style, Rohan will like Rahmanullah Gurbaz as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I actually talked with you about Gurbaz, and I'm really looking forward to him play today. Yeah.
Mm, watch
And
out for
Shubham,
him. If he clicks, even if he plays 30 deliveries, he'll be like a Prithvi Shaw for Kolkata Knight Riders. He's such a dangerous player.
okay. Shubham, so can we please go to our favorite segment, the fantasies, our
Of
captains?
course, the prediction, fantasy, many things. Let's start with KKR versus Punjab Kings. If I'm not a big fantasy fan, but yes, it has become an absolute necessary in today's modern day life, modern day technology. Fantasy is something which is part of every cricket fan's life. But if we are talking about picking a captain, picking your MVP from today's match, Rajaraman sir, whom would it be? Let's start with KKR versus PBKS.
Uh, Despite whatever Bharat told us about Andre Russell's form, I'd go with Andre Russell. I would make him the captain of my
Ooh.
because I expect him to bowl 4 overs, pick up a couple of wickets, and then score a few runs so that he's going to give me plenty of points today in my fantasy team. But having said that, disclaimer, I do not play fantasy games at all.
So, adding to
Yes.
what Ravi said, yes, Andrew Russell is someone that everyone will keep as the captain because he's a safe bet. But if you want to play a flick, an unknown player, if he clicks and he gives me that edge over the other player, other teams, other players of fantasy. So, Bharat, anyone you have in mind such player that might just click into this game?
Someone I again disclaimer. I also don't play fantasy, but if you want to ask me one player, then I would say Jitesh Sharma, someone like that. Can keep an eye on in that particular match. He's a really dangerous player. He's a good player of pace bowling. In Indian domestic cricket, you don't usually see a lot of players or good players of 140 kilometer per hour pace bowling. This guy is so. Who knows? The dark horse might really click for the team with a big score.
So you might want to
To all
invest a
our,
little. You might want to invest a little bit on someone like a David Warner because I've known him. He likes to come out with his guns blazing, can play very attackingly at the start. And if he lasts those 20-25 deliveries, then you can count on him getting that big score. Whether he gets 100 or not will be difficult to say, but he's somebody you can back to come good, and he's been pretty consistent with that, especially early on in the season where his mind is fresh, where he's focused. I think David Warner can be a very good investment for those of you who play fantasy sport.
Okay.
absolutely. Shikhar Dhawan is one name which I would like to add here as well for Punjab Kings. Very safe bet. David Warner, Shikhar Dhawan, run machines in IPL. So if you are in some sort of dilemma, go to them, pick them as captain, and
And
80% out of
Shubhan,
yes, sir.
Shikhar is a kind of 60 miles an hour cruise control guy, whereas David Warner
Yeah.
can go up to now 90 and 100 and then come back to
Mm.
doing things. So Shikhar is somebody who you can expect to be anchoring the innings. I don't think he's going to play the explosive knock as captain. I think
Mm.
it'll kind of weigh him down a little bit. It will be interesting to see how he deals with that situation.
Absolutely.
Let's
So,
let's take quick predictions then, Rohan.
yeah, predictions for both the games. To Bharat, you go first. Predictions for the first match.
I will go with the Punjab Kings only. Let's see.
Punjab Kings. Okay. Raja sir.
Much as I would want to put a smile on your face, Shubhayan, it has to be Punjab Kings today. And even
Even I
that,
am picking Punjab Kings. Even I am picking Punjab Kings today.
no, even that smile is a good one, I promise you. Then I will go with Lucknow today in that second game.
Mm.
Okay.
Lucknow and Punjab. Bharat, your second match prediction: Lucknow versus DC.
Even though I live in Delhi, okay?
So,
Even though I live in Delhi.
I perhaps would give the DC a chance. I think they have a good side on paper. Let's see.
Okay.
Although LSG have tried to beef up their middle order and middle and lower order, but Delhi Capitals might nip this one.
Today is another day where Bharat and I will be reminded that cricket is not played on paper, okay?
Here you see all the homework. That's the secret book.
This is all old stuff, old note that I used to write when I was a hardcore reporter on the cricket circuit. No longer. So I just found it lying, and because Bharat spoke about a team being stronger on paper, I thought I must say that teams get on paper only when they play, not before they play.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, guys. So
Absolutely.
let's wrap up now and enjoy the matches.
Yeah, enjoy the games, and I will see you later tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Join us for the post match after the second match, and so that we have all the masalas ready for our meal, our night course, and we'll discuss everything that these two games will offer for us.
Thank you for joining.